Any other comments you'd like to make? Anything else? Give me another snore. No? Okay. She's still sleeping. So this is part 2 of 25 creepiest events captured on camera. We're at number 13. I've already said that La Llorona is... I don't buy it, but, you know, whatever. So let's get into the video.
Wailing ghost of La Llorona. In the video clip shown here, which actually went viral on social media, a crying ghostly figure can be seen in the trees during broad daylight. Before you scoff at the footage, it's essential to know that according to legend, when the ghost of La Llorona emerges, she wails loudly, abducting infants and drowning them in the river in hopes that the souls of her own sons may find peace. Many are calling the clip the most terrifying thing they've ever seen, and one Monitors Cordoba, Colombia resident reported being so terrified that they had to move back in with their mother. In folklore, La Llorona drowned her sons before killing herself after carrying them to the river. Because her soul was now cursed, she was forbidden from entering heaven until she found the souls of her murdered children. 12. The ghost ship on Lake Superior. Jason Esselin was filming a music video along the Michigan shores of Lake Superior in 2016. After a long day of filming, Esselin and his crew appreciated the sunset, with him documenting a rainbow that had appeared over the lake. He was startled when he noticed something shimmering in the distance, and realized he was looking at what appeared to be a giant ghost ship. With over 200 shipwrecks in Lake Superior alone, many people believe it makes perfect sense for ghost ships to exist in the area. In fact, numerous people claim to have seen the spirits of sailors off the coast of Whitefish Point when the Edmund Fitzgerald sank in 1975. However, scientists aren't convinced. Mark Becker, an associate professor of psychology, believes the sighting was likely just the Granite Island lighthouse reflecting in the setting sun. 11. The creature captured by security camera. This Facebook video is perplexing, if not frightening. When you see the images taken on Vivian Gomez's security camera, you'll say, "What the heck?" along with her. In the video, you can see a short, jovial figure, a scrawny frame borne on weak legs, gallivanting along with no reservations. The creature looks like a cross between an elf, a goblin, and an alien, and is almost identical to Dobby from Harry Potter. Gomez awoke one Sunday morning in 2019 and checked her black and white monitor for any activity patterns from the night before. At first, she saw a shadow falling across the front door near the camera that filmed the figure. Moments later, it appeared, casually skipping around the driveway, doing what many spectators refer to as the chicken dance. The dancing elf, alien, goblin vanished, and was strangely enough not captured by the 2 other cameras on the property. 10.
Probably because it was faked. That was my disdain for that.
Unexplained lights in Norway. People have witnessed strange balls of light soaring across the Norwegian countryside for at least a century. Even stranger, the lights seem to change size and move erratically before disappearing. Residents of Hessdalen have seen the lights on multiple occasions. This has piqued the interest of scientists, UFO enthusiasts, and skeptics worldwide. The Hessdalen lights are seen approximately 20 times per year, making filming of the event extremely common. Scientific ideas compete with others who believe the lights are evidence of UFO activity. The most obvious explanation is that these lights are created by rockets launched into space to study solar winds. But is this all there is to the riddle? Or is the fact that these lights were spotted before rocket technology an indicator that something else is at work here? 9. The Strange Beast. In 2018, another blurry photo and a short video of a monster camel, I kid you not, were captured. The beast was spotted roaming the streets of Santa Fe, Argentina, and was accused of killing a German shepherd and a pit bull. This small-headed, long-necked beast has been characterized as part animal and half human, joining the legends of Bigfoot, the Yeti, and the Loch Ness Monster.
I was about to say Chupacabra.
Thousands of viewers commented on the video, primarily expressing their worry that the camel-like creature was real, with one saying he'd seen a similar-looking beast in 2005. Another viewer speculated that it could have been a man who had transformed into a giant dog, while another said he thought the beast was a chupacabra, a creature from Latin folklore. 8. A ghost opened...
Chupacabra, at least somebody said it. The man turning into a dog creature. I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably not true. Going out on a limb on that one.
A ghost opens van doors at a Civil War battle site. On the night of Tuesday, September 25th, 2018, security cameras at the Putnam County Aging Agency in St. Albans, West Virginia, captured remarkable paranormal footage. A transport van parked on the premises had its doors slid open at roughly 1 a.m., but no one was inside or outside the vehicle. Only the van appeared to have been affected, with the video showing doors being pulled open by a mysterious force. In the footage, the van shudders slightly when a latch that locks the door inside the vehicle is flipped open. The following day, the van's doors were found open, according to Jenny Sutherland, Program Executive Director. Staff suspected a burglary or trespassing incident and reviewed the property's CCTV footage. This isn't the first spooky event to frighten the employees of this company, as the spot has a dreary history. The agency is located on the Civil War Battle of Scary site, where 19 soldiers were killed. 7. The disappearing car. Have you ever heard of or seen a phantom car? On December 30th, 2019, emergency services responded to a call-out from Gray Whale Cove State Beach in California. A witness reported seeing a green Lexus SUV driving off a cliff overlooking the ocean. Officials immediately called in for assistance, got the U.S. Coast Guard, and a 6-hour search for human remains and vehicle wreckage began. The search was called off later that day when the water became hazardous and the daylight diminished. The only proof of a car plunging over the cliff's edge was the dashcam footage and tire marks on the sand surrounding the cliff's edge. Given that there was no car in the water and no evidence of human remains, suspicions were raised that the footage was faked somehow. However, another witness corroborated the story on January 16, 2020. The car simply vanished. 6. The Pentagon's UFO footage. When this footage was leaked, UFO enthusiasts worldwide had a field day. However, you should hold on to your horses, as none of them actually proves the existence of aliens. It's just confirmation that US authorities are aware of and investigating the phenomenon of UFOs, and appear to have no idea what's happening. This is as close to proof as UFO enthusiasts and fanatics have ever gotten. And you have to admit, skeptics, it's all rather exciting. The leaked clip is pretty incredible. This one just somehow feels more real. However, as captivating as the video is, it doesn't prove the supernatural. Instead, it demonstrates that there are phenomena that even the most well-funded and knowledgeable organizations on the planet cannot explain.
With that, they said that the U.S. military is picking up more of these captures because, and I don't know the year, they upgraded their camera, surveillance, thermal, big words. Basically, they updated the camera, the software, and the tracking ability. And being able to do that, they've spotted more of them. And they said they don't know if that's because of the upgrades that they've made, where now they're able to pick them up, or if they just weren't there before. They don't know. But it was interesting. The explanation was interesting. But, okay.
5. The Plattsmouth Museum of Shadows. The Museum of Shadows in Plattsmouth, Nebraska lived up to its name in 2018 when its security footage went viral. Although the hospital has seen its fair share of unexplained activity, the scene in the surveillance video footage is nothing short of terrifying. According to museum owner Nate Ratterman, it was filmed in the early hours of February 2nd. Despite the fact that nobody is present in the clip, a ball is seen thrown around and rolled on the floor. An invisible hand picks up the ball and throws it across the room, where it rolls to the center of the floor. Nate believes that the ball is a trigger object, or a plaything for the supernatural, and that the mystery ghost could be a child. Given that it was built in 1881, the Museum of Shadows is undoubtedly a haunted building. Once a saloon, it included an upstairs brothel where several people are said to have died, or otherwise been murdered. 4. The abandoned mental asylum. A paranormal investigator struck gold when a video she shot inside a defunct Welsh mental health hospital revealed an outline of what appeared to be a human. Kaylee Love came upon the specter while aiming her camera toward an empty corridor, but the figure vanished when she tried to capture a second image. Love walked home, thinking nothing of it. However, her stomach turned when she saw the tape. She later edited the video by slowing it down to highlight the ghostly phantom. Despite her experience conducting investigations into otherworldly phenomena, Love admitted that what she saw made her feel nervous and on edge.
I'm guessing it's behind me and I can't move my image, so apologies.
Didn't specify at which mental hospital she shot the footage, but her description matched a hospital psychiatric facility in Wales. The institute, located near Talgarth Powys, opened in 1903 and closed in 1999. Love believes the mysterious figure is the ghost of a past patient who died in a room along that corridor. 3. A ghost causes havoc in an old high school. A secondary school with a history of strange events acquired video evidence of its resident ghost in October 2015. Deer Park CBS, or Christian Brothers School, was established in 1821 and is Ireland's oldest school. The creepy video, which follows what happens after motion sensors are triggered, looks like it came straight out of a Ghostbusters reboot. Lights begin to flicker, followed by a massive crash, and then, right on camera, a pair of huge lockers begins to move wildly back and forth. One of the locker doors is wrenched open with great force, scattering papers and books across the corridor floor. As the clip finishes, a wet floor sign left near the wall is forcibly knocked over, sliding to the side as if kicked. While others speculated that it was an elaborate joke, school principal Aaron Wolf pointed out that the passageway where it occurred was outside the religion room. He also mentioned that a section of the 200-year-old structure had been experiencing extreme coldness, with female employees feeling it the most. 2.
I've heard that last video was fake, or believed to be fake, because on the date it says 1/10/17, which, in terms of
2.
of foreign stuff, that would, in America, that is January 10th. But in terms of the rest of the world, that would be the 1st of October. October, spooky, Halloween. So can't say that's true, but that was what I have heard. And it's a long time ago since I heard that, but it was interesting.
The toddler visiting her own grave.
I've seen this one.
In 2020, Sandra Gonzalez left toys and other small items at the grave of her late 2-year-old daughter, Fabiola. One morning, she found several toys had gone missing overnight. She asked other families to keep an eye out for unusual behavior. What she didn't realize was that another family had set up a camera at their murdered son's grave, close to Fabiola's, to capture vandals. Their footage didn't show any vandals, but it did show a little girl walking over to the grave and crouching to look at the toys and trinkets placed there. The family gave the footage to a cemetery worker who recognized the girl and promptly called Sandra. When she saw the footage, Sandra burst into tears, claiming that the girl in the footage was Fabiola. In one of the video shots, the girl appears to be walking away while holding the hand of a tall man, whom the family that captured the clip claims to be their murdered son. 1. A hellish exorcism. It may come as a surprise that any case involving the Warrens, of the Conjuring fame, would be included on a list like this, at number 1 no less. However, the case of Maurice Frenchy Theriault is difficult to dismiss as a hoax. Usually, psychological explanations for bizarre behavior, exaggerated reports, and a tendency to believe in the supernatural would make you skeptical about a story like this. But then you see the shocking footage of his exorcism. Frenchy, like many alleged demonic possession victims, had a traumatic childhood. After a particularly horrific abuse incident, Frenchy discovered that he had acquired otherworldly powers. He had increased strength and found that hidden knowledge was suddenly revealed to him. He also had the ability to be in several places at once. But during an exorcism performed by Bishop Robert McKenna, things got crazy, and not in the usual snarling and body contorting fashion. The slow morph of Maurice's face in the video of his exorcism is extremely disturbing, and the footage is only recommended for a mature audience, so if you're younger, look away. The clip oozes evil and has convinced many skeptics that Frenchie was really possessed by a demon. Given that this case occurred in the mid-1980s, many years before sophisticated CGI technology we have today, this footage might just be the creepiest unexplained event ever recorded. So, what's an unexplained creepy event you've captured on footage? Let us know in the comments below, and you know what? Email me, mike@list25.com, send it to me. Hit us up on social medias with that and everything. Do all that fun stuff, send it to us there. We want to see it. So, yeah, let us know in the comments below. Send all your footage to us. And as always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, click the notification.
I remember me and some friends around Halloween, we went to this, it's called Bartonville State Mental Hospital. And it was in Bartonville, Illinois. It's where our international airport is located. And it was a mental asylum back to the 1800s. There's a little cemetery there. There was a caretaker who took care of the grounds and everything. And when he died, he used to go sit by this tree. And after he died, and he was being buried, I guess people heard the tree like making crying sounds, and then several days later the tree just gradually died like that, and they ended up having to cut it down. But me and some friends went there. It was me and two other friends. We went there and we're walking around. There's like a little alleyway, and we were walking around it, and of course cops patrol it. They don't, it was abandoned, and little troublemakers are always trying to get in there. We weren't trying to get in. I don't think we were trying to get in, but we were just trying to get close to it. So we ended up meeting another group of people. I think it's 4 people, and I didn't want to hang around them because there's just too many eyes, and I don't know them. I don't want to be caught because they're acting stupid or something like that. So we kind of separated away from them. But anyways, there was this little courtyard area, and we were in the back, and one of the guys that was with me, his name was Ryan, we're walking up to this courtyard, getting close to the building, and my other friend Jim was standing over there. And I don't remember what he was looking at. He was looking at something up on like one of the higher floors, but he was kind of not with his back to us, but he wasn't facing us. He was just kind of, he was like this. You're seeing exactly pretty much what we were seeing. He didn't really have his back to us, but he wasn't turned away from us. He could have just went like this, huh? And he would have seen us. None of that's important, really, but it's just so you understand. Me and Ryan are creeping up to this thing, and this car goes by, so we duck, and we wait. We're in black, by the way, and it's like 10 o'clock at night. So we duck, and we get a little bit closer, and I hear my friend Jim, and he goes, "Hey guys, do you want to go to the cemetery next?" And I'm walking, and I look over at him, and I'm like, "Yeah, we can." I look forward, and I look over at my friend Ryan, and as I'm looking forward again, I'm like this, and I hear psst, as I'm turning my head, and I'm like, and I hear psst, "Hey you," and I'm like, and I like look over at Ryan, and Ryan's kind of like looking over in this other area, so I can't see his face, but it didn't sound like it came from somebody. It didn't sound like it came from either side. It sounded like it came from in front of me. And this courtyard has a lot of trees and stuff like that before the building. So I'm standing there, and I look over at Ryan, and I hear psst, "Hey you," and I'm looking around, and then I look over at Jim. Jim's still looking around, and then he sees those other people, because that was another thought, those other people. He sees them walking along, and they're just being loud, and of course they're carrying flashlights like jerks. It's like, yeah, that's not a giveaway for cops. So we duck down again, and I look over at Ryan, and Ryan ducks down, and he's looking over, and I look straight ahead, and I look at Ryan, and I kind of do this, and he looks over at me, kind of nods, and I'm just getting ready to say something, and I hear, "Psst. Hey you, yeah you," and I look over at Ryan, and I do this, and I look back at him, and I knew he heard it because his eyes went like this, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, and then I hear, "Psst, come closer," and me and him looked at each other, and we stood up, and I took a step forward, and Ryan took a step back, and I looked back at him, and I heard, "One more step," or "Psst, one more step," and I was like, nope. I just turned and fast walked back, and me and Ryan are like, Jim, and then we hear, "Psst, I'm coming," and I was like, nope, I'm out of here, and me and Ryan just started fast walking out of there. We grabbed Jim, got out of there, and we were like, I don't know if it was a homeless person or what it was, but they clearly did not want us over there, so we no. That was the first and last time I've ever been there. Our night ended when we walked away from there, across the street to another section. I'll call it the compound, but they had this giant, mental hospital, and then all these other things, and like wings for housing for workers, all kinds of stuff. And we're walking along this road, and we're wanting to find the cemetery, but we can't. Cemetery is off limits, by the way. Back then it was, at least. It might still be today, I have no idea. We're walking along, and we hit this dead end, and we stop, and I turn, and like there was I guess there might have been 4 of us, because now I'm remembering another friend, but maybe there might have been 4 of us. So anyways, I'll say there's 4 of us. So anyways, we're standing there, and the 4 of us are debating, okay, well, where do we go? Are we done? And I happen to look, and walking down the street, there was 3 guys, and they're walking down the street, and they round that corner, and they start walking towards us, and I'm just sitting there watching them, and I get that it's fight or flight. I don't like this. So I'm one of the guys that was there, his name was Paul, and I'm like, all right, Paul, you get ready. We're going to be fighting. These guys are going to be, I don't know, trying to rob us or something like that. We're fighting. It's going to be a fight. Let's get ready. Get ready. And that's all I kept saying. And the one guy, Ryan's like, there's no fight. Like, nothing's happening. I'm like, yeah, there is. My other friend Jim is getting uncomfortable because they're just walking towards us. And they start walking towards us. And I'm like, all right. It's about to happen. I got my head down. I'm kind of rocking back and forth as I'm standing there, and I'm just looking down at the ground, and I've got this invisible line on the ground, and I figure it's like 10 feet away, and if they cross that line, I'm rushing them. I'm not going to let them get the upper hand where they can get up on us and maybe come around. And I was just going to go, because I knew if I did something, Paul would jump in there, because Paul was going to defend me. Ryan, don't know what he would do. Jim would jump in, but wouldn't really want to fight necessarily. But I was just like, all right, let's do this. And Paul's just like, all right, God damn, Kris, okay. All right, I'm getting Paul all worked up. And they're walking. They're a few steps away, and then headlights come up. And it was a cop car. Came pulling in, parked. And cop gets out, and he goes, all right, fellas, I need to talk to you. We're like, okay. So we start talking, and we were like, yeah, well, we're looking for the cemetery. And he goes, it's a good thing you stopped. Cemetery's on the other. There was the road ended on just a little tiny hill, and there were some trees there. And he goes, on the other side is where that cemetery is. Had you stepped on that grass, you would have been arrested for trespassing. And we were like, oh, okay. He goes, these 3 guys right here saw you, so they called, and they were just walking up to keep in contact with what we were doing. And I was like, oh. And the 3 guys then were just like, we're sorry, guys, but we just don't want you, disrespecting the graves. We don't know what you're here for and everything like that. And I was like, all right, yeah, I get it. I understand, sure. So we got off with a warning. We went back, walking back to the car. We go walking back to the car. Man, those other 4 kids, they're pulled over. This wasn't, no, I've been to this place a couple times. Oh my gosh, yes I have. I think this was the first time I'd ever went there though. This was in 96 maybe? 1996? Maybe? I don't remember. Sometimes things just get combined. But anyways, I'm going to end this here. There's a thanks button. You can donate to the channel if you'd like. If not, no harm, no foul. You can still request things. It just takes a little bit of more time, sorry, for me to get them done. If you do donate, you can request things. They go right to the top of the list. Like and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. That helps. That is the like part of the like and subscribe. And if you want to give a thumbs down, you should practice eating grenades. Pull the pin, just chuck them in your mouth. See how many you can fit in your mouth or swallow before they go kablooey. And no one will miss you. So until next time, you have a good day, have a good night.